Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A few days ago, actually it's more like last week now, Pup Pup and Daisy took off. And I ended up getting Pup Pup back thanks to the amazing people who helped me on social networking. Um, Malina, she had the dog for a couple of days and she couldn't take care of him any longer. And what she did was she went ahead and she took him to AC Animal Control. I'm there because I have my dogs, all of them are microchipped. He lost his ID and apparently his collar too. So, well, I'm sorry. There's been two different incidents that's happened recently, so I may have these two mixed up. But anyway, I want to thank Malina directly very much for finding Prince, getting him into safety, checking our social network for lost and stolen pets, and being able to take care of everything, get him to animal control, and see that he is microchipped, and they were able to get my information to you so you could notify me. Thanks so much for that. I cannot thank you enough. Um, he is of a breed of dog that is pretty independent, and he likes to go exploring. And unfortunately, Daisy, she's part Dachshund, she's also a Egyptian Pharaoh Hound, which is a very primitive breed, and also Rhodesian Ridgeback. All of these dogs were bred originally for independent thought. And she's not being a bad dog. There's nothing at all like that. She, she's not being disobedient by any means. It's just her genetics. For ever so often, every 2 to 3 weeks, I have to go looking for Daisy because either she's gotten out of a window or, some other kind of way. Somebody may have left the door open a little bit too far as they're entering or leaving. And she only needs about 4 inches, folks, and she's gone. And she's incredibly fast. Um, so this is not the first time this has happened. Normally, I keep her these days on a 60-foot lead just in case she gets outside. This time, what happened? This is going to be the second time I'm explaining to you. The last couple of weeks actually, the last week, she's took off again, and this time, unlike the other, this time she was 5 miles from home, and she took Prince, or not Prince, but she took a Pup Pup with her. Both of the dogs were exhausted. They were very, very sore. I had stuff to. Hello, Bobo. Hi. You came over to say hi? Hmm? Oh, hi, sweet boy. Hi. Hi. Um, she ended up okay, but extremely sore. Unfortunately for Pup Pup, I had to put some staples underneath his chin to close up a gaping wound that he ended up receiving. Don't know where all they've been. I just know that these dogs are hunting dogs by nature, and they are incredibly curious. They have strong instincts to roam, and crap happens, my friends. So I want to also uh, give you a huge thank you and shout out to Haley, who recently became a subscriber, but she also found Pup Pup and Daisy. Fortunately, this time they were together in their roaming. Apparently, some dogs she thought was dogs marking in her neighborhood. She's got three caged pigs, and the pigs started making noise. She went out to check on the pigs, and voila, there were my two dogs. I have been pulling my hair out. That's why it's so short. Just joking, but yeah. When they get out, I've been out looking for them. My my vehicle has 485 miles per tank full, and I was down to a little less than a quarter of a tank. I got her text. She's the one that she found uh, the ID on Pup Pup, and she was able to notify me. I immediately went over to get my dogs. We had a lovely conversation. She was a very, very, very nice person, and I'm forever grateful to her. The same with Malina. I thank you both with all my heart for the help, and it's not about being negligent in any way. It's about some dogs are just like this. My friend and I, we refer to it as Hanai here in Hawaii, people that are far more than friends, and they're like family, good family. Anyway, he was trying to come in, and he was trying to make the dogs back off. Now, my dogs tend not to respect a lot of people except me, and unfortunately, I am the main person. I mean, I can walk in, snap my fingers, and everybody goes to attention. Other people try it; they are having to battle with them, and they just get too like crazy wild and nuts. I will try to make a video of this showing you what I'm talking about, and to let you see how quickly they go into position. And normally, I have to say very, very little, if anything at all. Most of it is just my presence. But anyway, what ended up happening is he somehow the door was open just far enough for a Daisy to bolt, and I mean only about that far. That's all he needs. But he still needed to get his foot in the door. And apparently, there was so much commotion he didn't notice that Daisy bolted. And it was followed by Pup Pup, and he was trying to control two of my other dogs. I was in the washroom pulling a blanket out, one of the dog's blankets out, so I could dry it. So it was crazy, and that is how Daisy got loose. Anyway, so again, I want to thank you to Haley and Malina. Uh, I'm sorry, I forgot what it looked like in writing. Forgive me. I hope I didn't screw up your name too badly. But I wanted to thank both of you with all my heart for being on top of everything and helping me get my dogs home. So that's what I wanted to say, guys. I just want, also I want to add, just because a dog is out wandering around does not mean that the owner, I hate that term so much, but I guess I'm going to have to, because I see this property. I don't see my dog as property, but let me say this, just because they're out wandering around does not mean that somebody is not paying attention to them. Sometimes they just get out and they escape. It's dogs. Dogs do this. Dogs are a roaming species, and that's what they do. I mean, a dog, even a small terrier size like a Jack Russell, like that, they can roam 22 miles a day, given an opportunity to do that. Uh, that is Odie in the background whining. He does that when he wants attention, and as you can see, I am ignoring him. But I did say his name, so his ears perked up. Anyway, so I just want you guys to know that. And it's pretty scary when you have a lot of traffic, and most people don't understand it. It's not necessarily about negligence. Sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. Some people, like the people around this neighborhood, just simply won't restrain their dogs. I find them wandering all over the place, which is another reason that it really scares me if when my dogs get out, because they are not dog friendly. Unfortunately, most of the time they go through the forest rather than on the streets. Unfortunately, there's a lot of dangers out there, and my dogs always come back injured. It just never fails. So, anyhow, guys, I want to thank you for seeing this today. And, dear ladies, I promised you that I would give a shout out on YouTube for your amazing help. And again, I thank you so much. All right, guys, thanks so much. And hey, if you ever have any issues with your dog sneaking off or anything like that, let me know. I'd like to hear your stories. Do it in the comments. And as always, if you don't train him to do the right, I mean, if you don't teach him to do the right thing, you are teaching him to do the wrong thing. But sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's just about the breed of dog. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next time.